Hi, my name is Marjut and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I want to share some signals your body might be sending to you when you are stressed or if it's time for you to change your lifestyle. And this video is based on my own experience and I'm gonna share my own story. It's gonna be a deep one, it's my personal story, and I really hope you get some new thoughts and ideas from this. It's all I wish for. So when I was in my early 20s, I was living abroad in Malta and I was working in a bit more demanding job. I had just started to work full time and got a little bit more responsibilities in my job, and I was partying a lot. I was going out every weekend. It felt like I was always doing something. I was a bit anxious about my future. I didn't know what I'm gonna do in the future. I still think that I enjoyed that time. I really loved that time. I have so good memories from it, but at the same time I think I was feeling quite bad because only maybe 2 years earlier my dad had passed away, and it feels like in that time when I was a bit younger I couldn't really handle my emotions the same way as I do now. So I was more just not ignoring, but I was just trying to continue with my life. Of course I was handling the emotions and the feelings in my own way, but I still feel like I was pushing them away and keeping myself very busy instead. So I was living this kind of lifestyle maybe 2 years, and then out of a sudden different kind of symptoms started to show up. First I started to get acid reflux, which is heartburn, but the ones who has had acid reflux knows that it's not only the heartburn. It has a lot of different kind of symptoms. They are very uncomfy sometimes and scary. And when I was in that age, I had never heard about it before. And then I, of course, sought for help and did a lot of different tests, and they didn't really find any specific reason. I was also experiencing a lot of headaches and vertigo because I had so tense upper back and neck. So my body kind of went into this kind of tense mode, I would say, and it was very hard for me to relax again. And to be completely honest, it still is. It is still very hard for me to relax, but I have learned my way and I have gotten different kind of tools in the past years, which I'm gonna talk about a lot in my channel. But yeah, with those symptoms, when you are 21, it might be a bit scary when that kind of thing starts to happen into your body, because you kind of think that your body is forever. You can just party every weekend, you can do whatever you want, and then you ignore kind of the fact how you are, because I'm an introvert and a social introvert. I love being with people, but I need my own time, and I also enjoy being alone a lot and charge my batteries. And also, the older you get, usually you need more rest as well, of course. So what I was doing that time when I started to get those symptoms, I of course asked for help from different doctors. I went to physiotherapist, I went to the normal doctor, of course, to check all my health, and also I checked that there's nothing wrong in my stomach. I also tried medication for my acid reflux, and it helps sometimes, but sometimes not, and today I'm not using it that much anymore. It's just that nothing that I did at that time didn't seem to help. So every time I got tense in my back, I went to have a massage, or I went to go ask for help from a physiotherapist. I got so nice exercises, and of course it helped for maybe a couple of days, but then it always came back. So it kept coming back and back again, and that kind of made me very anxious about it, and also I just didn't know what to do because it felt like nothing helps and no one can help me. And then I got to that turning point in my life. So every time I went to a doctor, they never told me that maybe you're stressing too much, or maybe you are, maybe your lifestyle is not optimal for your health, or anything. I didn't get any like holistic tips. I usually got just, okay, you shouldn't eat this because that causes acid reflux, or you shouldn't, or you should have a good posture when you sit and work, because I still am working in an office job. So they always told me that, okay, this is the reason and that's why you're like this. But the more I thought about it, the more I tried to fix things, the more I realized that it's not that. So I really start to wonder, why am I like this? And what can I do about it? And of course, then I started to Google, and then I found yoga and meditation, and also that I can maybe try to fix things myself instead of that someone else is going to save me. So it was that kind of turning point in my life that I switched my mindset from trying to ask for help. I never say that asking for help is bad. You should always ask for help. But also you need to have that kind of mindset that you can help yourself as well. Because I think that time I wasn't able to do that. I wasn't able to think that way. But when I realized that, then it was that kind of turning point in my life. So I became very curious about my own habits, what I do, how I sleep, what is causing the symptoms. I tried to kind of track when those symptoms comes. I realized that it was a lot stress that is causing it. So every time I was anxious or stressed, then the symptoms were worst in their worst level. And then also one biggest thing that I didn't want to admit to myself, but when I was partying a lot, that was the main thing that was causing the symptoms. So when I was drinking alcohol, of course it affected my stomach, my sleep, and my mental health, of course. I wasn't drinking. I wouldn't say that I had a problem with alcohol, but I had a little bit problem when I started to think that, okay, my body cannot do this. Why do my friends can do this instead? Why am I so weak? And I actually had one very scary turning point as well, which made me realize everything really was in Sicily. When me and my friends, we were in our girls trip, and I had been drinking like 2 days before, and I slept really, really bad the night after. And when we left Sicily, or we were leaving the hotel or the place we were staying at with the car, we were driving in a highway, and one of my friends were driving. I was in the back seat, and I was feeling so bad. I was feeling so nauseous. I tried to throw up before we left, but it didn't come anything. Or sorry for this information, but that is how sometimes acid reflux works. It's like you just feel so bad, so nauseous, and you kind of cannot swallow because it feels like it's coming up all the time. And in that time, it was so new to me, so I wasn't really sure what it is. I was so scared, and then I got a panic attack in the car. And that was like, I haven't got that many panic attacks in my life, but yeah, that one I remember because I was so scared what is happening to me, what is happening to my body, and also a bit ashamed, of course, because I was with my friends. And yeah, it was just very, very strange experience overall. And that also made me think about my health and okay, now I really need to think what I'm doing and why my body is acting this way. So yes, when I was tracking my symptoms, I realized that it was more about the stress and some lifestyle habits what I was having. Lack of sleep is really bad for me. Like if I miss many hours during the night, then my symptoms get worse. And yeah, it was just good thing for me to realize that it was more about the lifestyle instead of some specific thing. So I wasn't allergic to anything, and I realized that I can fix this somehow. Maybe not fully, it's gonna be who I am, but overall I think that it was something that I can actually affect myself. Okay, I just want to list some symptoms that my body was sending to me when I had the slowdown. I just want to disclaim that I'm not a doctor, remember that. If you have any symptoms, you should always check them with your doctor first and see that if there's anything in your body that needs to be taken care of, or just need to be checked by the doctor. But I just want to list these in case you have already done it, like I did, and you're still trying to figure it out. Why do you get these symptoms and what can you do about it? So I cannot really tell everything in this one video, so please subscribe my channel or visit my website if you want to follow my journey and get more tips. But like I said, acid reflux I still have. It's not that bad anymore, for sure. I think it's very manageable right now. Sometimes when I'm really tired, or if I have been drinking or stressed, or if I'm very tense in my body, then it gets worse. But I think I have found a way to manage it very well. I don't think it ever goes away fully. It's gonna be always there. I have done 2 checkups already for that and they haven't found anything. It's just how it is. But yeah, I think for me it's mostly the staying in balance in my body, and that's also one of the... I don't say that I'm grateful for my issue or my symptoms, but I also think that it's kind of good compass for me to listen to my body. Okay, now I get symptoms, now I need to slow down. Now I need to check that my habits are in balance or my routines are in balance. So yeah, that's one of the main things. Then I also have upper back pain, some tension, muscle tension, neck pain, and also jaw pain. The jaw pain is the worst right now. I need to figure that out, but I think that's also one thing that when I get stressed, then it gets triggered. Then when I was having the worst symptoms, maybe like 5 years ago, just before I started to actually change my lifestyle, I actually had some vertigo, which is a positional vertigo. It's when your I'm not really a doctor again, but it's when your world starts to spin around, and it took like 1 week for me to go away. So that was one of the main things also, like why I can't continue living like this. So yeah, and then I also had a lot of trouble sleeping and some sleep paralysis as well, which was really scary times because that time it was also the worst times. And some nights I woke up and experienced really scary nightmares, and I think that was also that my body was overtired, my body was over anxious. It's really hard to come up with the English word right now, but my body was just trying to say that, okay, now you need to slow down. And then one of the things why I am so into yoga and mindfulness, breathing exercise, breath work is because I have had, since I was a kid, I have had a lot of breathing issues. So I have a lot of hyperventilation. Not a lot, but when I get stressed or anxious, I get hyperventilation, and it's more that I cannot get deep breath in. It's not that I cannot really breathe, but I think my body is trying to get more oxygen that it really needs, and then I get dizzy and anxious about the fact that I cannot breathe deep. So that is one of the things what has made me so interested in breath, and also to improve our lungs and take care of our health in general, because our breath is very important and it is connected to our mind and how we live our everyday lives. So that one is one of the main things as well. And then some other smaller symptoms. They're not small, but what I listed down is difficult to concentrate. That is very common, as well as feeling irritated. So if you are close to burnout, then you might feel really irritated towards your loved ones, and you might notice, okay, why I'm snapping to someone so easily, even though like normal days it wouldn't feel that bad. So that is also very good sign to follow. When you feel really irritated, then you can take a step back. Okay, am I taking care of myself? Am I in balance? And now I just want to one more time to mention that these symptoms don't always mean that they are about stress. They can be something else, and this is why it's always important to check with your doctor and just rule out all the medical causes so you can start improving your life instead. Okay, and then I want to tell you a couple of things that has helped me with my lifestyle change, or what has helped me with my symptoms and to get that balance. I don't believe that you're never gonna be in balance, but you're kind of balancing in that kind of level that you want to have in your body. So if we go too much on the other side, or if you go too much on the other side, then it's gonna cause discomfort our body and our mind. So it's just to find that happy medium, I like to call it, just to always aim for it. You're gonna drop out of it many times, but I just think it's very important to aim for it. So first of all, the best tip is to practice mindfulness. And you can do this through yoga, you can just have some mindful walks, or you can, for example, just wake up 10 minutes earlier and then take your morning coffee, morning tea, and sip it in silence and just be with your own thoughts. So it's kind of just taking a pause already in the morning, or you can of course do it during the day as well. Just as long as you do this intentional pause and try to find a way to just relax and not always thinking about the next thing or what are you gonna do, or stress about the tomorrow, or anything that is causing you stress. It's just to learn to be present sometimes, and I think that calms our nervous system and makes us feel more grounded in general. And another tip is that exercise is very important. It doesn't matter what do you do, but it's important to move our bodies somehow. And this one I didn't mention actually, but when I was partying a lot that time, when I was getting these symptoms and signals through my body, I was also training a lot at the same time. I was training way too hard and too often. And when I was training, I didn't really focus. I wasn't present. Okay, sometimes I was, of course, but if I compare myself now when I go to the gym, I'm much more present. I'm aiming to be focused when I'm doing the exercise, and yeah, it's just to remember that the more is not always better. It's more about intention and focus as well. And also not to push yourself too hard. You can always slow down when your body is asking for it, but I'm still a big believer that sometimes our bodies might just feel like low energy, and one thing that could help for is to exercise. So for me it was better to learn the difference. It's still a bit difficult to know sometimes when I'm just being lazy and when I'm just actually needing rest. So that is something to keep in mind, that if you feel a bit low in energy but you're not actually tired, or your body is not super tired, you can always do something. It's not the toxic way of thinking, it's more about that you can just have a walk, because it's very good for your mental health, it's good for your body to move, you get your blood circulation going, and also like mobility training is not super difficult always. It is difficult, but it's a bit more gentle to your body. Like if you feel like you're very low in energy, you can always do a yoga class, or just to avoid that all or nothing thinking as well. So even though I really encourage to slow down and move with intention, it's still good to keep your spark and your strength and discipline with the workouts as well. So yes, exercise with awareness, and remember to listen to your body, and just remember that your body needs recovery, but as well as it needs movement. One more thing I want to remind you is that it's okay to ask for help. And I have been there, that at first it's easy to ask for help. It's easy to go to see a doctor. Not easy, but you kind of have the strength when it's in the beginning. But when it goes many years, it might get harder and harder. I'm not saying that this is for you, but for me it was. And you kind of lose hope a little bit about your own recovery, because these things are affecting your mental health as well. Like when you get these symptoms all the time, when you cannot feel good in your body and you feel stressed and anxious, of course it affects your mind and the view you see the world, of course. So I'm just reminding you, don't be afraid to ask for help if you need that. It's just good to remember, because for me it was really hard. Like I said, at first it was easy, but then when it started to get this circle I was going around all the time, it started to get so hard that I kind of start to survive alone. And of course I was telling things to my closed ones, but I don't know, I think it just gets very hard. And what I have learned from that time is that you should never be afraid to ask for help, because it helps a lot and you get more strength. And yeah, and of course I think some things get smaller as well, because when you're alone with your thoughts and your issues and problems, then they get really, really big in your mind. You get this like big ball of black, shadow. And when you tell someone, the issues might feel lighter. They might not get smaller, but they feel lighter because you have shared it with someone. But yeah, you can talk to friends, family, support systems, and of course professionals. We don't need to solve things alone. We can ask for help, and we don't need to carry everything ourselves. Then I also wanted to just say that Even though you need to slow down with your life, if you have this lifestyle that you're going too fast and your body is telling you to slow down, you should do it, of course. But I just want to remind you that it's not about losing your ambitions, it's not about ignoring your own dreams or avoiding them. I actually made that mistake that I went from one extreme to another, and when I was going too fast, then I slowed down a little bit too much. And I think also what it happened with my mind and everything, it affected how I saw my own ambitions, and yeah, I kind of stopped caring at the time. So I focused on so much slowing down, so I forgot my goals for a while, which was also needed maybe because I just want to get better. My goal that time was just to be pain-free. I remember that I was writing a lot that I used to have this calendar for maybe 2023, 2022, that I wrote down my goals, and most of my goals were just be pain-free or get rid of my back issue, just to try to get better like health, and that kind of things that were, it was a lot about my health that time. So I kind of forgot how to dream about my other things as well. So I'm just telling you that it's possible to be ambitious and calm at the same time. You don't need to be either or. And as long as you live with intention, you don't need to spend all your energy, all these different things, and run from one side to another, if you know what I mean, like run after different goals. It's more about dedicating your energy to one thing or a couple of things. Like, for example, for me, it's my family, loved ones, friends, and then, of course, my passions like yoga, wellness, and the fact that I'm having some kind of meaning when I'm working and when I'm doing my work. It's just more about the intention, not that you need to do all these things at the same time. So if your body has been sending you any signals, maybe it's time to listen. You don't need to judge yourself. You don't need to feel bad about yourself. You are not weak. It's just to listen and take it from there and try to find way and solution and more balance in your life. You don't need to start big. You can just start small. Take one mindful moment at a time and write down what do you need to do to accomplish better health. And you just don't need to change your whole life overnight. So wherever you are, it's okay. We are all in different places in our lives, and I'm still not ready. No one is ready in this life. I'm still gonna go up and down, up and down. But as long as you have the mindset to improve and just to take responsibility of your own life, and don't be afraid to ask for help as well. And let's just try to listen what our bodies are telling us. Okay, I think that's it. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoy talking about this topic. It's my passion, my why I'm doing this. And if you have any signals that your body has been sending to you, I would love to hear them. It's always interesting to hear your stories as well. I love the fact that we can inspire each other. And I am really grateful that you're here, and I'm gonna see you in my next video.